Hello teams, Andrea and Rodrigo here. We serve the Kitchener-Barrie Sector, and to help you dive deeper into this year's study topic, we're bringing you this short video to share with you a few insights and tips on the first chapter of our study topic, serving in the Imitation of Mary. We're excited about this first meeting.
Yeah, and did you notice the image of Mary in the cover? At first glance, it looks like a dry bush in the middle of the desert, but then you take a step back and notice the image of Mary within the bush. Abstract and I think very cool.
Yeah. We encourage you to prepare for the meeting in advance because you'll get something meaningful out of the material. If you do the reading the night before, you are not going to get the same benefits. You will still get something, but it won't be the same. The study topic is profound and offers many opportunities to reflect alone and with your spouse. Make the most of it.
The first chapter's title is They Have No More Wine, and it centers around the wedding at Cana as told by John the Evangelist. In this passage, we find Jesus and Mary and some of his disciples at the wedding. The newlyweds don't seem related to them, but Mary notices that the wine has run out. Aware of this challenge, our Virgin Mother goes to Jesus and intercedes on their behalf. And Jesus is reluctant at first, but complies with his mother's petition and performs the first sign or miracle of his ministry. This is a powerful scripture passage and the central theme of our entire study topic this season. If you're ready to go deep in your spiritual life, we encourage you to meditate and reflect on this scripture reading often throughout the year.
As you prepare to dive into the study topic, you must keep the objectives top of mind. The objectives for this meeting are as follows. First, to become aware of what the lack of wine means in the different realities that surround us, be it in ourselves, our families, our neighbors. The second objective is to know Mary's thought process and teaching for discerning the different realities where the wine is missing. In other words, Mary will teach us how to become more aware of the needs that exist around us. And third, to experience and live the virtue of solidarity, which the Mother of Jesus demonstrates at the wedding of Cana. Pay attention to the word solidarity, as both Pope Francis and Father Caffarel have great thoughts on this word.
Father Caffarel shares a beautiful story about a team member who struggled with her potential incapacity to help others due to her relentlessness with the reality that she had so much and yet others did not. She asked a fundamental question: why me? Why not them? We encourage you to read this part of the study topic a few times and reflect on this part of the study topic during your sit down.
Regarding your sit down, remember that the question for the sit down is a suggestion. You don't have to make it part of your sit down if you have more pressing matters to discuss with your couple. However, we encourage you to incorporate the question that the study topic proposes within your sit down. During your sit down, you can reflect a bit on how you both practice to become more aware of where the wine is missing in yourselves, in your relationship, in your family, and how you can show more compassion, generosity, and solidarity to each other at work, with your friends, in your team. The important thing is that you make the sit down a time where you can dive deeper into your life through the lens of the study topic.
Before we go, we have a few tips on the team meeting. First off, we want to encourage you to always meet in person. It's our duty, it's our commitment every year. Virtual meetings should only be used when one of your team members falls ill to COVID. But that's the only reason why you should meet virtually. Other than that, the team must always meet in person. If you have children and can't find babysitting, work it out with your team. If you can't find an alternate date, it's okay to bring your children, but be aware that it's important that adults meet with adults, essentially. Children can definitely be a distraction, so be creative. One of the things we used to do in our team was to send our kids to the basement with other kids while the adults met in the dining room, of course, provided that the house had a basement, etc., etc. We have also heard stories of some of our Brazilian couples back in Brazil where they would fit In an apartment, 8 couples and a couple of dogs and a bunch of children, it's doable. You can definitely get creative. Some teams have even hired a nanny and paid collectively. Whatever you do, always meet in person. This is key to living the charism of teams.
Remember that the team meeting starts when you arrive at the house of the host couple, not at the beginning of the meal. The team meeting is not a social gathering, but a tactical meeting where you and your spouse, supported by the rest of the couples, discuss and find inspiration for becoming holier and deepening your love and knowledge of God.
One final word on sharing or pooling. We'll discuss more aspects of the meeting in other videos. Some of you may call this section highs and lows, and you share a meal within this section. We want to encourage you to stop doing highs and lows, or even calling it highs and lows. This type of sharing can be too superficial for what the Teams of Our Lady team meeting is intended. In other regions, this part of the meeting, the highs and lows, is called general sharing or pooling. As the title suggests, sharing or pooling is more about sharing your life in a deeper manner and through the lens of the study topic. During this time, other couples, while listening attentively, can also interject and jump into the conversation. Imagine this part of the meeting like a typical dinner with your family gathered around the dinner table, chatting and learning more about each other. That's how the sharing or pooling is supposed to work. From this type of sharing, the RC should remain attentive to potential deep pooling topics for later in the meeting.
All right, friends, we hope you found this video helpful and insightful. We plan to do a monthly video covering each chapter as we journey with you through this season's study topic, serving in the imitation of Mary. Until next time.
Adios.
Ciao.